All right, here are my trades for today, Tuesday, August 3rd. I tried, let's see, I traded about 5 stocks. NIO and Tesla, I just tried once and got out almost at break even because I didn't really have a good reason for those, and I'll quickly go over those. But NVIDIA was one of my first main trades. If you see here on the daily, we got a nice range, even though we do have a lot of wicks, which I normally don't like. But these wicks are pretty far apart. You got like $6, $7 moves in between them, which are good. You got some good ranges here to trade against within the day. Today, RVOL was even higher, and price was pressing closer to the top of the range here, sort of around 199, 200. Price opened here, but then quickly got up here. I was thinking this could break this daily range, mixed with some high RVOL. This could be kind of, an accumulation or some type of kind of calm before the storm for this kind of bigger move after this split share. However, when I go for these, I also know, especially if price opens up here, that this could potentially do like it did, which is a wick up, and then it gets back in the range, and you have a nice reversal here because you get a nice, comes out of the range, volume starts to die. It was sort of a fake breakout, gets back under. You can see some patterns start to show up, maybe a double tap, head and shoulders, climactic volume, etc. And then you can get short here with the idea that it has the potential to get, either to this middle of the inflection point or to the bottom of the range. And so you got a nice edge of the range entry. And so that's what it did here. It gave a nice reversal. I'll show you here on the 1 minute. So you can see price opened up strong, got above. Here's the daily level right here. Here's that 199.50. Anything above here was the potential for that break up. And for me, in my mind, for my playbooks, if this is legit, if our vol is high and this is a legit breakout, this is going to trend. This is going to do something where it ends up here some part of the day, or maybe even at the end of the day. But if it doesn't, then it is going to do something like this, which is it's going to get under this daily and then give you a nice short. And it did have high RVOL, so you have that fear and greed and that sentiment involved, and that over involvement. So I did try along here, thinking this was going to hold. It was then going to continue from here. But I did see some decent selling volume down here, was a little worried. And so I immediately got out. I'll just zoom in a little bit here. I immediately got out here and then got short with the stop right above 200. I have some proof on the tape here where 200 hits on the ask. Can't continue, immediately stays underneath. So I got a nice little tight half R risk, but ended up turning into a decent trade. Partialed quite a bit here as it was holding. Was thinking that, I don't know, for some reason I was just thinking maybe, pre-market highs here. Maybe this thing is actually going to come back up, get back above VWAP, and then do its move. I think SPY was selling down here, so I was thinking this was going to be a temporary move down, and then it was going to continue what it really wanted to do once the SPY got strong again. So that's kind of another scenario, whereas like, okay, I have a good high RVOL daily range breakout with high RVOL, right? And it's about to move. However, SPY is somewhat weak, so it has some wicks, and you get a nice little temporary short-term sell down. It's a great potential for an even better entry for the bigger long when SPY does turn around. So that's like another setup that I have that I was kind of thinking in my mind that could happen. And so I did overanalyze it, got long a few times, got out, tried a long one more time. Actually, try to short here. Once it did this, try to short again. And got the move, essentially the entry right here, which did eventually hold. However, just kind of couldn't hang on to it and couldn't be convicted enough in my idea here. I was a little bit too set on my ways with this daily range breaking out. But you can see it made a great move from all the way outside the range back into it, way down to the bottom. Perfect, right? And so let's see, it probably was even a good reversal here. Yeah, so this was the bottom of that range, this 192.50 area right here. So you get this climactic volume. You have You have a break the low of day after the climactic volume. Price gets back above it, gives you a nice hammer. Here's your nice head and shoulders. You can get long. I would get long somewhere around here, or the break of this back up to VWAP. So sorry, I kind of went over that a bit too long, but I really did like NVIDIA today. So and I think it's still in play here for the next few days. I think it's eventually going to break this daily range and give some good stuff. SPY, so okay, so SPY was a big deal because we have this nice daily range here as well. Generally right around this 437, and then the high is right around this 440, 441. So you get this nice range. Price comes all the way down. It was looking like it was actually going to break it, which was right around here, is 437. But then, so I didn't take it here because I was not sure. I was not sure if this was really going to sell down. This probably would have been a great short from here down, or from here down. However, if it wasn't a short, it was going to be a fake break out of the range, back inside, and then a long. Basically the opposite of what NVIDIA did, which was getting above the range, getting back underneath, and then a short. So this was the daily support. And so right here, you could see a double bottom. 437 holds. Here's the daily level that holds. It holds VWAP, so I get long here with a stop just below here. Got some good partials. I think I got out of at least 50% total of my position by this time, because it did go up so fast, and pre-market low was here. I just felt like this was going to be tricky, and sure enough, it was tricky, and it did take a good couple hours of staying in this range before it did break out. So, I need to remember this and kind of memorize what happened here, because it did break out of the range. It did get back on inside, but it moved really fast. So when you have a move this quick and this well, it is going to take it a bit to then continue for another leg up. It's got to breathe some and accumulate. So then, so yeah, stopped me out, and then it did end up being a long again from here. So I like how this was really the, this 437.20 was the inflection. This was the bottom of the daily range. This was where you wanted to either go short or long, and you were going to make some money if you could manage it. So overall, I really liked SPY and what it did. Since it did this, it gave other stocks lots of movement. Looks like we might even break all-time high today. Okay, so Tesla, so Tesla, I tried a short here, really stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I got out early and just left it alone. I didn't really see anything playing out here. It had just broke its daily range yesterday. I don't know why I was thinking it would short all the way back down to 700. I didn't really like that play, so I got away from it. AMC was my main trade here. Sorry, I'm going kind of fast, but really liked this trade. We have a trending down stock, right? The meme buying is a little bit over for right now. If you look on the 60-minute, we got a nice descending triangle, right there, with the low being this 35 bucks, opening right at 35 bucks today. So you got either a nice breakdown or a nice maybe pull back into the range. So I was playing the short here. And what I like to see with these is I like for it to give me a consolidation or some type of pullback where I can enter in on. And sure enough, it did. It gave me this nice pullback to VWAP, which I didn't necessarily like it here, but the fact that it just kept getting sold down here, you can see these wicks. It was just selling pressure right around here. Combined with this, it got under that descending triangle. Now it was trending down, pre-market low. All this stuff is saying short. And then it was sitting here breathing for a while, which is good. Didn't need to give you this big pullback because it was breathing during this consolidation. So then I got in here just with a stop just above here, basically above these wicks. And then it worked out. Partialed at the bottom of this consolidation, small partial. I think I might have done 25% here because this was a decent sized move. And then I was able to get in tight here. So I did get a 25%. Partialed again at the low of day. Notice it got below it. It was kind of holding below it. So I added in, my average was now above here. Partialed at some bids, really liked this trade. Then I walked away, had to do some stuff around the house, but this was great because this allowed me to let it kind of pull back. Wish I could do this all the time, but a lot of times this will just trip me up and I'll just overtrade it. But walked away, told myself if it could give me something later on that I would try and add in, get really tight. Still had about 10% of my shares left from this trade. Pulled back to VWAP, which is also kind of this near this area, right? Near this kind of low of day where we kind of broke down from. So I knew we'd have some pressure from here. I'm going to have to watch the tape again here, but I felt like I saw something in here to give me the idea to get short. You know, we had a nice shooting star, couldn't hold VWAP very long, made somewhat of a head and shoulders here. So I got short here, didn't partial, wanted a partial, but wasn't able to. Came back up, got a little worried, but then it did compress. Saw a little battle going on here. It got underneath it, so I got in heavier. Stop was now, I think, right around here. And then partial. I had one more partial for 32.90 here. There was a big bid. I was messing with something, my price alert. I was trying to mess with how that works. And it shot down and then boom, just shot up in like 2 seconds. And then from here on out, it got really weird. So I got out of half my position. Was hoping this would hold. Thought it was. So I added in really tight here. Thought that this was going to come back to 32.90. Just thought I would kind of scalp and add in here. And it never got that low and just stopped me out. So overall, I had a really good day. Managed these trades well, at least this AMC one. And had 2 good green days in a row here to start the month. Or to start this week. So I'm going to try and continue this week and just try and be patient. And, you know, if I get in a good trade like this, you know, hold on to some shares, let it pull back. Because this essentially is another trade for me. Sometimes, you know, what I told myself here is this its own trade? And I felt like it was. So if I have the opportunity to already have some shares, you know, and I'm weighing the money, and I can leverage this difference in price, and I can leverage that. I can either get in risking almost nothing here and do a free roll, or I could risk maybe half an R or a full R because I'm extra convicted and make even more on this trade. So I really want to try and, you know, try these a bit more. You know, I'd rather just have some of this left and do this rather than get all out and then try and do this, because sometimes I will overtrade in here. But I think the fact that I knew I had some shares made me think that anywhere in this area I was confident to just kind of wait and get in, because I knew I could kind of average in, and the lower it goes, the more I could just kind of get in tighter and free roll with a tight risk and potentially make some more money. So I think this kind of gives me more confidence to make a second trade here. All right, thanks.